Learn about the world. Armenia. Armenia is a former Soviet republic located in southeastern Europe, Western Asia, east of Turkey, north of Iran, and south of the mountainous Caucasus region, Transcaucasia. It also borders Azerbaijan and Georgia. Armenia, located along the Great Silk Road, is a desolate country of rugged mountains and extinct volcanoes located in the southern Caucasus, between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. Basic information. Full name, Republic of Armenia. Government type, Presidential Republic. ISO, AM, ARM. Country domain, M. Phone code, +374. Time zone, +4 o'clock. Capital, Yerevan. Major cities, Gyumri, Vanadzor and Abovian. Largest cities in Armenia by population, Yerevan, Gyumri, Vanadzor, Vagarshapet, Abovian, Kapan, Hrazdan, Armavir, Artashat, Ijevan, Gavar, Goris, Sharontsavan, Ararat, Masis, Ashtarak, Arctic, Seven, Dilijan, Sizhan. Area, 29,743 square kilometers. Terrain, rugged mountains and volcanoes. 1/3 of the country is grassland, forest. Forest cover 12%. Climate, equatorial, with lower temperatures and more precipitation at higher altitudes. In the Central Plateau, temperature varies greatly in winter and hot summer. Population, 2,777,975 people, January 2024. Ethnicity, Armenian 98%, Yazidi 1.2%, Russia, Greece and other 0.8%. Religion, Armenian Apostolic Church, more than 90%. Languages, Armenian, Hairan, 96%, Russian, other. Natural resources, minerals, gold, copper, molybdenum, zinc, aluminum. Agricultural products, fruits, especially grapes, vegetables, cattle. Industries, diamond making, metal cutting machines, forging machines, electric motors, tires. Knitwear, footwear, silk fabrics, chemicals, trucks, tools, microelectronics, manufacturing, jewelry, software development, food processing. Exports, Russia, China, Germany, Iraq, Georgia, Canada, Bulgaria, Iran. Imports, Russia, China, Germany, Iran, Italy, Turkey. Currency, dram, AMD. Foreign relations. Since its independence, Armenia has maintained a policy of trying to have positive and friendly relations with Iran, Russia, and the West, including the United States and the European Union. It has full membership status in a number of international organizations, such as the Council of Europe and the Eurasian Economic Union, and observer status, etc. in some others. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs implements the foreign policy agenda of the government of Armenia. Armenia is a member of more than 70 different international organizations, including the following: Asian Development Bank, Collective Security Treaty Organization and the Commonwealth of Independent States, Council of Europe, the EU's Eastern Partnership and the Euronest Parliamentary Assembly, the UN's Eastern European Group, Eurocontrol, European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, European Political Community, Eurasian Economic Union, Eurasian Development Bank and the Eurasian Customs Union, Federation of Euro-Asian Stock Exchanges, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, International Monetary Fund, Interpol, La Francophonie, NATO's Euro-Atlantic Partnership Council. Individual Partnership Action, Plan and Partnership for Peace, Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, Organization of the Black Sea Economic Cooperation, TRACECA, United Nations, World Bank, the World Customs Organization, and the World Trade Organization. Armenia is also an observer member of the ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly, the Community of Democratic Choice, the Non-Aligned Movement, the Organization of American States, the Pacific Alliance, the Arab League, the Community of Democracies, a dialogue partner in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and a regional member of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Armenia does not have diplomatic relations with the following countries, organized by continent: Lesotho, São Tomé and Príncipe, South Sudan, Barbados, Azerbaijan, Pakistan, Turkey, Marshall Islands, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga. Armenia maintains diplomatic relations with 180 countries. Armenia has multilateral relations with African Union, Arab League, Organization of the Black Sea Economic Cooperation, Collective Security Treaty Organization, Council of Europe, Eurasian Economic Union, European Union, NATO. Human rights in Armenia tend to be better than those in most former Soviet republics and have drawn closer to acceptable standards, especially economically. In October 2023, Armenia ratified the Rome Statute, whereby Armenia will become a full member of the International Criminal Court. Armenia has made improvements in its Human Freedom Index score from the Cato Institute. According to the 2021 report, Armenia ranks 40th overall. It ranks 48th for personal freedom and 15th for economic freedom. This is a notable improvement from the 2017 score, which featured Armenia ranked 54th overall, followed by 29th for economic freedom and 76th for personal freedom. The Armenian Apostolic Church has a considerable monopoly in Armenia, possessing more rights than any other registered religion. Other religious minorities include Russian Orthodox Christians, Syriac Christians, Greek Orthodox Christians, Jews, Muslims, Yazidis, and Jehovah's Witnesses. By and large, Armenia's Muslim community, once composed of Azeris and Kurds, is virtually non-existent due to population exchange between Armenia and Azerbaijan during the First Nagorno-Karabakh War. Homosexuality has been legal in Armenia since 2003. However, even though it has been decriminalized, the situation of local lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT, citizens has not changed substantially. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT, rights in Armenia have yet to be claimed and acquired. Homosexuality remains a taboo topic in parts of Armenian society as the nation trails other European nations in promoting LGBT rights. While the media has a degree of independence, the freedom of press in Armenia is limited. Some independent channels, such as A1+, Noyan Tapan, and Russian NTV, have had their frequencies taken away by the government. Journalists covering a demonstration against President Robert Kacharyan were attacked when police intervened to detain the protesters. Since the ouster of Levon Ter-Petrazan as president in 1998, political freedom has seen some improvement. Ter-Petrazan's administration saw constitutional change that secured more power for the president than the parliament. Transport. Railways has 825 kilometers, 513 miles, in common carrier service, does not include industrial lines. Most of the cross-border lines are currently closed due to political problems. However, there are daily inbound and outbound trains connecting Tbilisi and Yerevan. Armenia is pursuing funding from the Asian Development Bank to launch the construction of rail link between Yerevan and Tehran project, the capital city of Armenia. Yerevan is serviced by the Yerevan Metro. Yerevan Central Bus Station, also known as Kalikia Bus Station, is the main bus terminal in Yerevan with buses connecting to both internal and international destinations. There are daily bus connections between Yerevan and Tbilisi and Yerevan and Tehran. The Armenian bus network connects all major cities, towns, and villages throughout the country. In larger cities and towns such as Yerevan, Gyumri, Vanadzor and Armavir, bus stations are equipped with a waiting room and a ticket office. In other towns, bus stations may not have shelters. From Yeratasordakan metro station in downtown Yerevan, travelers can take the 201 airport shuttle, which goes directly to Zvartnots International Airport, which takes approximately 20 minutes from the city center. Armenia connects to European road networks via the International E-Road network through various routes such as European Route E117, European Route E691, European Route E001 and European Route E60. Armenia also connects to the Asian Highway network through routes AH81, AH82 and AH83. Cargo shipments to landlocked Armenia are routed through ports in Georgia and Turkey. Air transportation in Armenia is the most convenient and comfortable means of getting into the country. There are large international airports that accept both external and domestic flights throughout the republic. As of 2020, 11 airports operate in Armenia. However, only Yerevan's Zvartnots International Airport and Gyumri's Shirak Airport are in use for commercial aviation. There are 3 additional civil airports currently under reconstruction in Armenia, including Syanik Airport, Stepanovan Airport, and Goris Airport. The leading Armenian airlines in operation are Armenia Air Company and Armenia Airways. The main military heliport is located on the premises of Erebuni Airport in Yerevan. The Wings of Tatav is currently the world's longest reversible aerial tramway, which holds the record for longest non-stop double-track cable car and is located in the town of Halaidzor. Education. Education in Armenia is held in particular esteem in Armenian culture. Education developed the fastest out of the social services, while health and welfare services attempted to maintain the basic state-planned structure of the Soviet era, following Armenia's independence in 1991. Today, Armenia is trying to implement a new vision for its higher education system while pursuing the goals of the European higher education area. The Ministry of Education and Science oversees education in the country. The Human Rights Measurement Initiative, HRMI, finds that Armenia is fulfilling only 84.9% of what it should be fulfilling for the right to education based on the country's level of income. HRMI breaks down the right to education by looking at the rights to both primary education and secondary education, while taking into consideration Armenia's income level. The nation is achieving 78.2% of what should be possible based on its resources, income, for primary education and 91.6% for secondary education. As in the Soviet period, primary and secondary education in Armenia is free, and completion of secondary school is compulsory. In the early 1990s, Armenia made substantial changes to the centralized and regimented Soviet system. Because at least 98% of students in higher education were Armenian, curricula began to emphasize Armenian history and culture. Armenia is a member of the European University Association, the European Students' Union, and an associate member of Horizon Europe. Another major reform in Armenian higher education system included the establishment of a quality assurance agency that has been incorporated into the European Association for Quality Assurance in Higher Education, ENQA, and that was added to the European Quality Assurance Register for Higher Education, EQAR, in 2017. A European Union Armenia education policy dialogue was inaugurated in March 2019 to support the continued reform in the education sector. There are several new, technology-based education centers in Armenia that provide youth with 21st-century skills and knowledge to advance in their field, such as the Tumo Center for Creative Technologies. Children of Armenia Fund Smart Center, among others. Health. Armenia slightly increased from 13.0 per 1,000 people in the year 1998 to 14.2 in 2015. This timeframe also showed a similar trajectory in the crude death rate, which grew from 8.6 to 9.3. Life expectancy at birth at 74.8 years was the fourth highest among the post-Soviet states in 2014. The Human Rights Measurement Initiative finds that Armenia is fulfilling 74.6% of what it should be. Fulfilling for the right to health based on its level of income. When looking at the right to health with respect to children, Armenia achieves 97.5% of what is expected based on its current income. In regards to the right to health amongst the adult population, the country achieves 91.3% of what is expected based on the nation's level of income. Armenia falls into the very bad category when evaluating the right to reproductive health because the nation is fulfilling only 35.1% of what the nation is expected to achieve based on the resources, income it has available. In 2015, current health expenditures as a percentage of GDP reached 10.1%, while 81.6% of all health spendings were paid out of pocket. Both values record high since data became available in the year 2000. Armenian citizens entitled to the basic benefits package receive full coverage with no need to pay fees or subsidized services, with the state paying part of the fees but the citizen being obligated to pay for the rest. Most health services are fully private, with the citizen fully responsible for payment. In 2019, healthcare was made free for all citizens under the age of 18. The number of people receiving free or subsidized healthcare under the basic benefits package was also increased, as well as the number of services offered in the program. In 2023, the Armenian government approved a plan to gradually introduce universal healthcare. Under the plan, health coverage will be expanded in stages until the entire population is insured in 2027. Since independence, Armenia's national health system faced criticism because of widespread corruption among doctors and other hospital workers. Specific diseases in Armenia includes HIV, poliomyelitis, malaria. An anti-smoking law was passed by the Armenian parliament in February 2020. Sport. Popular sports in Armenia include football, basketball, volleyball, and ice hockey, boxing, wrestling, weightlifting, judo, gymnastics, track and field, diving, swimming, and shooting. Skiing and rock climbing. Armenia is also an active member of the international sports community, with full membership in the Union of European Football Associations, UEFA. Federation of International Bandy, FIB, International School Sport Federation, International Ice Hockey Federation, IIHF, among others. It also hosts the Pan-Armenian Games. Armenia contributed several more notable gymnasts to the powerful Soviet gymnastics team, including world and Olympic champions. Armenia participates in the Summer Olympic Games in boxing, fencing, wrestling, weightlifting, judo, gymnastics, track and field, diving, swimming, and sharpshooting. It also participates in the Winter Olympic Games in alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, and figure skating. Traditional Armenian wrestling is called khok and practiced in traditional garb. It was one of the influences included in the Soviet combat sport of sambo, which is also very popular. Sambo in Armenia is regulated by the Sambo Federation of Armenia. Football is the most popular sport in Armenia. Armenia used to play as part of the USSR national football team at the international level. Armenia currently ranks 5th on the all-time chess Olympiad medal table despite only competing since 1992. The nation was also a contributing power to the still number 1 ranked Soviet Union. Tigran Petrosian himself is still ranked number 1 for the best individual results in the open section. Weightlifting has also been a successful sport for Armenia in the Olympics. Boxing is a popular sport in Armenia. The country has regularly sent competitors to the Olympics, but met with little success. Armenia has produced many Olympic champions in artistic gymnastics. The success of the Armenian gymnasts in the Olympic competitions has greatly contributed in the popularity of the sport. Futsal is very popular in Armenia. Many companies as well as universities have their own teams who participate in the Futsal League of Armenia. Homenitman and AGBU are the two biggest organizations that are devoted to athletics among Armenians.